Hey everyone, and welcome back to How to Spend It. It is indisputable that COVID-19 has turned the world upside down, and while many of us are staying home, many businesses have found ways to continue to operate. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 business sectors which have actually thrived under pandemic conditions. But first, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. We really do appreciate it. And now, on to the video. Number 10. Companies which provide private personal entertainment. Nothing like starting off the list with a bang. Yes! You might not be surprised to hear that with bars and clubs closed and actually meeting out of the question for now, coronavirus has created a boom in the sex toy industry. Self-isolating singles and couples are buying toys by the truckload. Guess it makes a change from toilet paper. According to online retailers like Sweden's Lilo, Britain's Ann Summers and Germany's Womanizer. From Italy to Hong Kong, Britain to Canada and the US, online sales have increased by up to 75%. Activity on dating apps is also shooting up as lockdowns continue. In the United Kingdom and Italy, for example, Tinder has seen daily conversations increase by up to 30%. A recent survey on extramarital dating site Illicit Encounters found that more than half of the men said they had started affairs in the previous months, mostly because they were bored. With all of this activity on the rise, should we be preparing for a post-pandemic baby boom? Number 9. Online payment companies. Online retail was already booming before COVID-19 hit, but self-isolating has pushed the services offered by online payment companies into the stratosphere. Old hands in the online payment game such as Visa, MasterCard and PayPal were already ahead of the curve. Joining them are companies like Square and Stripe. Storefront businesses which have moved to contactless payments as a way of keeping staff safe are rapidly adopting these alternatives to the old-fashioned card terminal. Square turns any computer into a virtual credit debit card terminal and securely stores customer payment information for repeat business with no startup or monthly fees. Perfect for both online or phoned-in orders. Stripe has partnered with such online retailers or service providers as Shopify, DoorDash, Instacart, Lyft and Kickstarter among many others to get payments made safely and securely. Number 8. Companies offering online tutoring services. Students from primary school up to university and college levels are turning to online learning to complete their academic year. And while there is some guidance from teachers using Google Classroom, Seesaw, Brightspace and Edmodo among others, many parents have been left with the often daunting task of teaching math, sciences and all the other subjects that make up school curricula. This is where online educational services have stepped up. Confused about calculus? Terrified of trigonometry? Puzzled by physics? Brilliant.org describes itself as allowing students to build quantitative skills in math, science and computer science with fun and challenging interactive explorations. Need some extra help for junior? Services like First Tutors put students in touch with tutors in 7 countries, including the United Kingdom, Canada and Australia. They cover a variety of subjects from English to maths and sciences, history to geography. Other resources include Chegg, the Princeton Review and textbook publisher Pearson's Smart Thinking. And what about the rest of us? Urged to use this time of self-isolation wisely, many are planning to learn a language or how to cook. They are turning to sites like Babbel, Rosetta Stone or Mango which offer language learning platforms. Cozy Meal and the Masterclass franchise are just some of the websites offering cooking classes for a nominal fee. Number 7. Restaurant delivery services. If you're fed up of dipping into your pasta, spaghetti sauce and canned tuna stocks and think you're going to scream if you've one more fish stick sandwich, then it only makes sense to order out. Grubhub, Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes and Postmates were already well established before the pandemic and have quickly adapted to an influx of new clients who have made the necessary switch to takeout and delivery. Number 6. Streaming entertainment services. Suddenly, Netflix and chill has taken on an entirely new dimension in the time of coronavirus. We're all looking for ways to relax, escape and be entertained. Even pre-virus, the move to entertainment at home was going full steam. Just at the tail end of 2019 alone, Apple TV and Disney Plus were launched, with Quibi, Discovery BBC and HBO Max set to join soon. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu and others are now considered the granddaddies of streaming media, but pave the way for original content and must-see TV. While physical distancing has meant that film and TV productions have closed globally, thankfully there is still plenty of content available on streaming services to keep us distracted. Likewise, video game enthusiasts have continued to flock to sites like Twitch, GOG, Steam, and Tabletop Simulator. Media Studies lecturer Christian McRae of Australia's RMIT University believes COVID is going to transform gaming habits in the coming months. An added bonus, all those gamers who've already spent months or years in their basements or bedrooms are now top experts in social isolation. Number 5. Companies selling software needed to work at home. Put your hand up if you haven't had a Zoom meeting at some point over the last few weeks. Exactly. Zoom is certainly leading the field in product awareness as companies worldwide take the boardroom to the living room. Other platforms such as Skype, Slack, and WebEx, among others, are also easing the transition from the office to the home. It remains to be seen if the changes made to the office-based workspace due to COVID-19 will lead to a rethink of how we work post-pandemic. I, for one, rather like the idea of meetings in pyjamas. Number 4. Grocery stores, pharmacies, liquor and beer stores. We all need to eat. Some of us might need a stiff drink too. And don't forget the TP. Grocery stores and pharmacies have been listed as essential services that must remain open during the pandemic. In many jurisdictions, liquor and beer stores are also included on that list. With health officials telling us to limit our trips into public spaces like stores, delivery services such as Instacart and HelloFresh have boomed. And as the public rush to stock up for an indefinite period of time, food and consumer goods manufacturers have seen demand for their products go up by up to 500% in some cases. That is not likely to change for some time. Number 3. Manufacturers of cleaners and disinfectants. Not surprisingly, most people are very worried about germs right now. They're turning to hand sanitizers like Purell and branded disinfectant products like Lysol and Clorox, among others, to bring them some peace of mind. As news of the virus started to emerge in the early winter of 2020, anxious shoppers cleared store shelves of hand sanitizer, cleaning wipes, and other disinfectant products. The US Environmental Protection Agency released a list of antimicrobial products in early March 2020 that are effective against COVID-19, which includes Lysol, Clorox and Purell branded items. Bloomberg reported in late February that shares for Clorox were rising on the US stock market. Factories that manufacture products are running 24/7 as demand is just not letting up. Number 2. Manufacturers of medical personal protective clothing and medical equipment. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, it's the same story. Healthcare workers need masks, gloves and gowns to protect themselves. Critically ill patients need ventilators. Established companies like 3M, GE Healthcare and Philips, among many others, have been ramping up production levels to meet the increasing global need. The United States alone typically uses 25 million N5 masks a year. It is on track to use 4 times that number during this pandemic. With demand often outstripping supply, we come to the number 1 business sector. Number 1. Companies pivoting from their products to make what is needed. Every day brings news of yet another company which has pivoted from making its usual products to manufacturing some of the most needed items in the fight against COVID-19. Automotive parts makers switching to ventilators and protective gear. Canadian aerospace company CAE changing from flight simulators to ventilators. Hockey equipment manufacturer Bauer shifting to medical face shields. Garment companies like Canada Goose and Stansfields making hospital gowns. As consumer demand for hand sanitizer continues at an astonishing rate, distillery and brewing companies big and small have switched production from booze to sanitizer. It is, after all, an alcohol-based product. These are just a few examples of the many manufacturers who have heeded the call for help. In these uncertain times, many people are worried not only about their health, but also about their jobs and businesses. It is heartening then to see businesses which are stepping up to the plate. We will get through this together, with determination, true grit, and more than a bit of innovation. Stay safe and stay well, friends, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more content. See you soon.